Welcome to the Di9 Designs NAOR series live here at Talladega Super Speedway. This is going to be an exciting one. Race number 6 of the season. And what has so far been dominated heavily by Jonathan Parker. We might get our third winner of the season. Of course, Pacey Wygant taking home a win, race number 2 at Iowa. I'm Josh Coppernell. We are going to be joined here pretty soon by Jonathan Canfield. But right now, just me. And there is a minute left in practice right now, led by Noah Blackwell, Josh Arnold P2, and Justin Quimby in P3. As I mentioned, Jonathan Parker, he has very much dominated the early portions of the season so far. Only 2 different winners. Jonathan Parker taking 4 of the first 5 race wins. Pacey Wygant with the other one. But Talladega really opens up the door for a lot of drivers to try to get a win. I think a little chaotic. This practice finishes here, and they wreck. Just before the timer went down, qualifying is going to start here. And we'll see who the first one out on track is. It looks like it's going to be Nick Kapiak. Kapiak making the move first to qualify, and of course right now has to stay on the apron until he gets to the backstretch where he can blend onto the track. Now qualifying here at Talladega, and another track similar like Daytona, you want to be against that wall, gain as much speed as possible on your opening lap. And I would think your first lap as well. And then second lap, come down and run as close to that bottom line as possible down there at the apron. So right now we are watching Nick Kapiak as he is using the higher portion of the track. Nick Kapiak actually coming down. Going to run the apron now. Or down close to it, rather. Kapiak still running down there, trying to be as smooth as possible, not get too much wheel movement. And going through the tri-oval to finish his first lap. It's going to be a 52.279. And so far, well, P2 on the board now. John Osborne, 52.277. 2/1000ths of a second is the difference between Osborne and Kapiak right now. See if Kapiak can better his time. Kapiak coming through the trial once again. Does he improve? He does not. Josh Arnold out here, number 22, Auburn University Ford. Currently sitting P11. It is sports night. Drivers were encouraged to run their favorite sports team. Arnold is going to go P3. Jimmy Mensch running up against the wall. So this will be his first lap. And now this is what I was talking about. Running up against that wall for the first lap, trying to build as much speed as possible. So that second lap just being right down there next to the apron and trying to be smooth down there as well. I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised to see Happyak's time is still up there, 2/1000ths of a second off of Osborne. Of course, Happyak was just running down at the bottom. So Jimmy Mensch coming through, going to take the white flag. Mensch goes P16 out of 16 that have qualified so far. So Jimmy Mensch gonna run that bottom line and hope he improves. Coming out of turn 4. It is going to be P10 for Jimmy Mensch. A 2-3-3-2. Donald Kite. Currently sitting P20. P7. Justin Quimby in Washington Commander scheme. P3 on the board so far for Quimby. Sorry, Quimby, but the only NFL game I went to, the Commanders lost. And it was against the Detroit Lions, actually, last year in week 2. Quimby going to stay P3. Mike Campbell, P10. Does not improve. Here's a guy, Jonathan Parker. Coming across the line, Parker 23 to P2. 1/1000th of a second is the difference. Brian Underwood. Only driver out on track that is currently qualifying. Underwood just completed his warm-up lap, now going to start actually qualifying, so Underwood running the high line. and is going to come around and complete his lap on the apron down there. It is a P16 for Brian Underwood. No drivers on track right now. And it doesn't make a difference. There's 9 seconds left in qualifying, so it appears John Osborne, he's going to be our pole winner. And we get ready to set the grid. So, while we are setting the grid,
Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. All right.
there we go.
No, you are not getting any cucumbers or cheese.
So before I set the grid, I'd like to welcome Jonathan Canfield here tonight. Jonathan, how you doing?
Doing well, Josh. I hope everyone out there is doing well, and you yourself, you're doing well as always. Excited to see a Talladega race, but also nervous for some of these drivers. I just went through it a couple weeks ago myself. It's fun, stressful, every emotion you can think of as a race car driver. This is that race, and seen a race last year with this NAOR series, Di9 NAOR series, and I actually participated in one last year. And Josh, you might remember how that ended for me, but I think it was a P3 finish for me last year. And honestly, these guys are a good draft community to race around. Not a ton of wrecks, and really, they can go green checkered on any given track, and plate tracks are no different.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head with the hammer there, that statement. But real quick, we're going to go ahead and read off our starting lineup. Starting P1 is going to be John Osborne. Jonathan Parker will start P2. Nick Hapiak P3. Justin Quimby P4. Pacey Wygent will start 5th. Josh Arnold 6th. Enrique Quinones P7. Donnie Kite P8. Braden Holt 9th. And Jake Millsap will start in 10th.
Taking the 11th spot here tonight is going to be that 71 of Mike Campbell, followed by Zachary Meredith in the 12th position. 13th position is going to go to Giovanni Klein with Hunter Peach in the 14th position. Jimmy Mensch is going to start in the 15th position with Brian Underwood in the 16th position. Cole Snyder going to start in that 17th spot alongside Enrique Quinones in the 18th spot. Rodney Ayers going to start in the 19th spot with Joshua Kreider in that 20th spot. And just rounding out your field here tonight, Jamil Hawkins is going to start in the 21st position with Dawson Allen in that 22nd position, JCTV's own. And then Michael Morgan's going to start in the 23rd position with Noah Blackwell in the 24th. And then our non-time cars, Evan Canup is going to start 25th, Andrew Chapman 26th, and Jose Ruiz 27th.
So that is our field tonight.
Lay down.
We are getting ready to go racing. Picks to win. I haven't even given my pick to win yet, but you know, I'm going to go with Donald Kite. Starts P8 tonight. Who do you have, John?
I'm going to keep an eye on this 22 machine of Joshua Arnold. I've seen him run a couple plate tracks. He's good at controlling the draft. And he's good at just managing his stuff throughout this race. Damage control is the key to these kind of races, and he's good at it. So I'm going to take the 22 Josh Arnold to get the win here tonight.
All right, pace car working its way into the pit road, rather. The field working its way into the Geico restart zone. As I mentioned earlier, it is sports night, and The University of Kentucky Wildcats will lead us to the green. Green flag is out. We are underway here at Talladega. Jonathan Parker already trying to control this race. He had a great jump on the start. Parker is leading the outside line, and he is well ahead. Nick Kapiak drops down to the inside.
You're going to see a lot of momentum change here. Drivers trying to figure out who they want to work with and what lines they want to be in. You know, and we really are just going to get to see here what line's going to be most dominant, but also what line is going to lead the way and who is it going to be led by. Everybody wants to be a leader, but you're going to see guys hanging out behind other cars, not trying to make crazy moves, and you're going to see guys that want to lead who are going to make the moves to get to the lead. Right now, it looks like Kapiak and Parker both want to lead a line, and they both have found themselves up front leading each line so far.
I think there are 26 drivers in this field that doesn't want to see a certain person leading a line or even the race, and that is Jonathan Parker. They're looking at this right now and going, "Oh, come on! You're out front in a plate race too." But still, obviously, plenty of racing to go. Jonathan Parker showing speed early.
And you talk about that 92, one of the only driver, actually the only driver in the field here tonight that can go for our JCTV Triple Crown right now, as he just wrapped up his season Tuesday night, taking home a slide job championship. Already had in the Pit News Truck Series championship to his name. Looking good and strong here so far this season with the Di9 NAOR series to possibly pull off the Triple Crown.
I think this is going to be one of the toughest he's had to face, though. With the way that the playoffs are. It's a tournament. It's kind of like a March Madness tournament, if you will.
We've already had some spots change up front. You see how quickly this 22 made his way to the front. I told you that he knows his way around these tracks, and he has certainly made the right moves to get up here. Already putting the 22 out front.
Yeah, Josh Arnold doing really good so far. And, last season, Talladega, we had a doubleheader. You kind of talked about that, doing one race last season. This season, no doubleheader, just single race. But those races were won by Casey Wygent and Nick Kapiak. Kapiak leading the outside line. Casey Wygent right behind him on an outside line. And Kapiak's going to go through the middle. I do not think that's where he would like to be at right now.
Yeah, you're not doing this tonight. You're gonna be a good girl. You're not doing this tonight.
I see one driver making a lot of moves out here, not making a ton of friends, but that's 79. We talked about him starting back in the 22nd position. He's moving his way up here on the outside line. He's been top of 3. He's been middle of 3. He's been moving around and kind of shuffling guys out and shuffling himself out, but he's been moving his way up here. Dawson Allen, so far, up to the 15th spot last time by. We'll see what he comes across the line in this time.
Well, might get shuffled out of line here. Still trying to get the draft from Hunter Peach. Yeah, he's got no help now. Casey Wygent, Braden Holt, they move to the top 2 positions. Oscar Enriquez, P3, now leading that bottom line, looking for some more.
You look in this outside lane, and you've got this league's powerhouse group, really, with Wygent, Braden Holt, Josh Arnold, Zach Meredith. Those are drivers that are well known here in this league that have been around for a while, that, whether they're teammates or not, know how to work with each other, and not the cars you want to see linking up at the front of the field right now.
Yeah, these guys, let's just go so far back with each other. They know each other really well. Go ahead.
Happy X getting put 3 wide right now. He's got the 48 to his outside, and now Oscar Enriquez, and I can't see that black and yellow car. The 4 car, that's Jamil Hawkins. They're all splitting him, leaving him in the middle.
Happy still in the middle. Giovanni Klein rolling that high line. Drivers fanning out. You know, I look at this field the way it is right now, and I've got one word to really describe it. Well, actually 2 words. And they're kind of the opposite of each other. Organized chaos.
Absolutely. The cars going everywhere, but yet somehow still able to go straight and nobody touching each other. And as I say, nobody's touching each other. Oscar Enriquez basically driving Jamil Hawkins' car for him, almost had them all the way down off the track there on the back straightaway.
Here comes Josh Arnold on the bottom. Saw that run coming from the bottom line. Arnold moves down there. Josh Arnold not going to have enough steam to take the lead at the line. But he was coming quick. And look at Giovanni Klein there, rolling the outside line. He's getting help from the 2 of Donald Kite. That outside really making some moves happen. Jose Ruiz going to jump up into that top line. The middle line. It's only got 3 drivers in it. Wygent, Holt, and Meredith.
Oh, looking back here, it looks like the 92 Jonathan Parker, he's got some damage to the rear end, and I think it was just caused from a checkup that Enrique Quinones had running that 3rd lane. So now the 92 has a little bit of bumper damage. Don't think it'll hurt the Aero too much, but you never know with this car and this package. That could turn into a sucker hole for him. Just at a weird spot. Oh, and they're crashing. Donald Kite, Jose Ruiz, and Jonathan Parker gets caught up in it just barely. Car looks like it'll be okay. That 2 car, and I believe it was a 23. Heavy damage to the 2.
Let's see what happens here. Oh. Donald Kite Dawson Allen, they made a little bit of contact.
Yeah, baby.
Ooh. 0-6 of Michael Morgan, nowhere to go there. He drilled that 2 car.
Oh, man.
Just a victim of circumstance. Had the clear, and then the 2 car came down, and that 0-6 car is now tore up. So I will go on record and say, Josh, you can laugh at this all you want.
I already know
feel
where
like
you're
it.
going.
We made it farther than Slide Job.
Okay, I didn't know where you were going with that, but yeah, absolutely. What I thought you were gonna say was that your pick to win was leading, and mine was involved in that accident.
Oh, I did not even think about that. A bit of split strategy here amongst the field.
Yeah, a few drivers stay out, some come down pit road. And others getting damage fixed. So, while we're under this yellow, I want to talk about something. In Canfield, you weren't there, so I apologize. But, of course, this past weekend, Coca-Cola 600, some of these guys in the NAOR series were there. I went there. And unfortunately, I didn't get to stay for the whole race. It was very wet, but tell you what, I had a blast meeting a lot of these guys. Josh Arnold, the race leader, of course, he was there. Cole Snyder, Zachary Meredith, Enrique Quinones, Giovanni Klein. I'm trying to think who else was there. There were more. And my mind is a little blank right now. But Hunter Peach, that's another one. Hunter Peach was there. Just all around a great group of guys. Chase McGuire, not here tonight. But, I was hanging out with these guys for quite a while. Awesome group of guys. And, you know what? I think maybe one of the biggest highlights for me was we were at the NASCAR Hall of Fame. And for those of you that don't know, the Hall of Fame has simulators in it where you can get in and race other people in the simulators, and it's iRacing. You know what you're seeing here. And I'll tell you what, I as these guys were getting into the simulators, I made a mistake. I said I'm picking Nick Capiak to win this race, and then I said, wait, why did I do that? I said I'm never picking Capiak again. Capiak was running up front, and then he crashed, and I think that was my little curse or jinx on Nick Capiak. But number 17, Zachary Meredith, he ended up winning that race, and it was just an all-around great battle. And I mean, at the NASCAR Hall of Fame, they only set you up for 10 laps because they just so many people wanting to participate, so they keep the races short. But I think that was probably coolest part about just hanging out with these guys. Was just watching them race in those simulators there in person.
Certainly sounds like a fun experience for all of you guys. Maybe next time, if I'm available to, I'll definitely have to come out there. But I think we definitely, if NASCAR is going to stay in LA, might need to see if you guys can come hang out in LA.
I've already told a couple of these guys, next time I'm not driving, I'm flying out there because that was a very long drive. So I would definitely fly out to LA if that were to happen.
It's only, what, 2.5 days, 3 days of driving.
That is about more than I want to do.
Well, it's restart time.
Yeah, as we come to the restart zone, green flag back in the air. Josh Arnold, of course, choosing the outside line. He got going pretty early, and he might be a sit duck here. As Oscar Enriquez, well, no, he's going to jump down to the bottom behind Jamil Hawkins. And Josh Arnold goes down to the bottom. Now Hawkins and Enriquez, they go up top.
They're going to take Justin Quimby, just about the whole field with them. Finally, looks like that's going to be maybe the 19. That's one of the cars picked him up. I think it's actually the 69 of Noah Blackwell that picked up Josh Arnold there. But yeah, pretty much the entire
No, Josh
field.
Arnold's going to go around.
And we're wrecking.
Oh, man. Still wrecking. Tons of damage on the front of that 22. Not really sure what happened. Kind of from the angle I just looked, it looked like Arnold and I think it was Cole Snyder were just going for the same piece of real estate.
Ooh, netcode was a major factor there. There was room between them by the time Josh had started turning. By the time it registers contact, there's still room. And that wreck collects the 24 Cole Snyder, the 17 Zachary Meredith, the 54 Braden Holt.
I think the 29.
Ooh. If Dawson Allen did not get contact in this wreck, his onboard is going to be a show. I don't think he has any damage or contact here, but this was a heck of a close call. Netcode might have helped him out a little bit, but it doesn't look like he received much, if any, damage. He gave a little bit of damage to the 77, but that looks like all he got. Now that we are under another caution, Josh, I'm going to go on a little tangent myself. And I feel like you know the tangent that I'm gonna go on briefly here. But for those of y'all that watch the Tuesday night slide job race, you would understand that it has been a hard week for myself and many people at my squadron. And where am I going with this? First of all, yes, I'm okay. First of all, yes, everyone at my squadron is seeming to be okay. We check in with each other frequently and we take care of each other. If you didn't hear the news, brother of mine by the name of Sergeant Jacob Barris took his own life Monday morning on the day of Memorial Day, and Tuesday night, all of us at Slide Job got together and put together a 5-wide salute in honor of Sergeant Barris. And Josh, you and Dawson did a great job covering that and really putting the story out there. But suicide awareness 988 or 998. I always forget the number. I think it's 988. It's gonna be 988. That's for anybody. And if you are a veteran or an active duty service member, use that number. I know the VA has a suicide hotline number as well. There's help, and I will stick by the 22 a day statistic and always fight against veteran and active duty suicide. 22 a day is too many. 1 a day is too many. So if you're out there and you need to hear this, or if you know somebody who's out there that needs to hear this, please, my phone number is always open. I'm sure Josh would say the same. And yeah, that's my tangent. Let's get back to racing as this field comes back to the choose.
Yeah, absolutely. There, Canfield, you know, it's, as you said, even one is too many. Whether you know, in the 22 a day case, you know, veterans and just any suicides is too many. And you know, there is so much help. I know sometimes it can be hard to reach out for that help, but there is help. So
as we come back up here, Jamil Hawkins going to take the front row with the 19 of Millsap to his outside, followed by Oscar Enriquez lining up second on that inside row. Then it's going to be Enrique Quinona's second car outside.
Yeah, front row, we got basketball versus hockey. Of course, the Seattle Kraken, very new, the newest hockey team in the NHL. They were doing pretty good this season overall. Of course, both basketball and hockey, their regular seasons are over, and well, both of them are in their final round. Basketball's getting ready to crown a champion. I think they've only done one game. I don't pay attention to the NBA. I'm not a basketball guy, but I know they've done one game. The Heat versus the Nuggets. I believe the Nuggets came out on top there. Hockey,
Nuggets did take game 1, and I believe they play game 2 tonight. Probably playing game 2 as we speak, Josh.
Probably. I think hockey still has a couple of days before they start the Stanley Cup Finals, but regardless, we're here for racing. Green flag back in the air. And Enrique Quinones, he was ready to go. He gave a little bit of a shot to Millsap. Just a little bump. Not quite a tackle from the New York Jets. Of course, I'm not so sure they know how to tackle. Sorry, Quinones. But outside line, it's got the speed. Millsap is out front right now.
I have no words.
Enrique Quinones, another one of those drivers that were at Charlotte. Very, very nice guy as well. And
Just poor taste in football teams.
I learned he was a Jets fan right away as soon as I met him. So.
You know, I get told all the time that I've had a bad life as a Browns fan, and then I look at Jets fans.
Back to racing, Giovanni Klein. He's going to go to the outside. And Klein, he's trying to make something happen there. Make some noise with
now
Hunter
they're going to be 3 wide right now as they split the 19 and the 9.
Not a whole lot of help on that top line, but it doesn't matter. Klein will lead that lap. Those two Toyotas, they're making some noise happen. Oh, Pacey Wygent gonna move down to the middle. Hunter Peach has no help. Klein's gonna move up there with Peach. With Pacey Wygent leading that middle line. I believe that is Underwood behind Pacey Wygent, pushing him. And Nick Capiak also in that top line. We are 2x2, several rows deep, and these guys giving each other a lot of room. Not really any side drafting going on. And you know, I think honestly, in a situation like this where I'm a driver, this is a calm part. This is one of the calmest you will be at a plate race like this, and. You know, yeah, if you're on the bottom, you've got drivers to your outside. If you're on the outside, you've got drivers to your inside. But for the most part, with not a lot of side drafting going on, if any, you're not really too worried about getting pinched or pinching other drivers. When you get to 3 wide back where Klein and Beach are, and make that now Nick Capiak making a 3rd line. That's when things start to get interesting, but we are under a caution anyway. And I believe this is going to be a competition caution. I was told that we were going to get a competition caution right around lap 20 to 25, unless if an accident happened in its place. I wasn't so sure because we had... caution come out not too long ago if we would still see this, but I do not believe there was an incident on track. And I can confirm from the race control, this is the competition caution. Thank you, race control, for that.
Well, Josh, while we have a competition caution, what do you say once these drivers get back around, we see if we can find somebody to talk to and see how the race is going out there?
Yeah, like that idea.
I Somebody I've seen kind of on the move tonight. Maybe the 48 of Giovanni Klein.
Sounds good. We'll let him go down pit road if he chooses. Bring him on in.
You don't hear anything out, Mama.
Just, I have one request. I'll let you interview him, but I have one request.
What is that?
When you bring him in here, you say, "Hey, Cheese," and just go right on with your question.
All right. We'll pull him up here once he exits pit road. As looks like him and a bunch of other drivers are going to come down pit road here and maybe take some tires or just top off on gas.
Nick Capiak gonna win the race off pit road.
Sean. Come here.
All right. Josh, I'm going to see if I can dial up the radio for Giovanni Klein and see if we can catch a word with him.
Here.
Hey, Cheese, this is the boys in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, so far you've been just about up and down, kind of all over the place. How's the racing been for you? Seeing you just came in, took a set of tires, and topped off on fuel. So how you feeling here for this pretty much second half of the race?
I'm feeling pretty good. I've been a little bit of aggressive, but it's been paying off. Like from the back, from the front. I think I did it twice, and I had my buddy Peach there pushing me, and he's a great pusher, man. He had me sideways. It was great though. A lot of fun.
It sounds like you're certainly having fun, and 2 early cautions so far. Are you expecting more, or you think you guys are gonna keep it clean here towards the end?
I'm expecting a little bit more. The intensity is going to start picking up here. I feel like, especially towards the end.
All right, and one last thing before we let you go. What's the strategy looking like? You gonna keep the aggressiveness up and keep trying to stay up front, or are you gonna just kind of see where the cards fall?
I'm gonna try to be aggressive. I've been since the start of lap 1. I think it's been paying off.
All right, well, we'll let you get back to work. We appreciate you talking to us. Good luck. That was Giovanni Klein, driver of the number 48, and you heard him, Josh. He's gonna stay aggressive and keep trying to move up towards the front.
I'm telling you, I personally like being up there, controlling these kind of races. You know, a lot of drivers like to be in the back because they feel like the wrecks happen up front, but realistically, these kind of wrecks happen anywhere. And they can happen at any point, and it doesn't matter, you know, where you're at. So I just like being up front. I like trying to control. I don't want to be in the middle or the back. So for Giovanni Klein, I'd say I like his strategy.
I like his strategy as well. I used to be the guy that would sit in the back and stay out of trouble, but more recently, I've had a lot more luck by being just in the mix and kind of staying with the main pack as opposed to dropping back and maybe pushing with 3 or 4 other cars that want to hang out in the back.
So Nick Capiak takes the outside. Capiak is the control car. Pacey Wygen starting second on the front row. A lot of drivers still in it.
A lot of drivers still here and really haven't had that many retire yet. I think our first car out is going to be Jose Ruiz. Dawson Allen is still out there running 6 laps down with a damaged race car. Josh Arnold is still sitting on pit road. Michael Morgan has disconnected. And looks like Jonathan Parker also sitting on pit road. He's now scored in the very, very last position. 14 laps down in 27th. Not sure what happened to that 92 car. Can't remember off the top of my head if he had front end damage in any of the wrecks, but we'll see if he gets back out there because this could be a big hit to his points here tonight.
That pace car rolls into pit road. 27 laps to go when we restart, and we are going to be just past halfway. Green flag is waving. We are back underway here at Talladega.
Nick Hapiak going to jump out to a pretty marginable advantage. Leave the 77 hung out there on the outside of Brian Underwood. Looks like that's the 18 of Andrew Chapman. He's going to have Giovanni Klein go with him, and now Hapiak trying to block them off. Leaves the inside open for Pacey Wygett to get down there with the help he's got. Now Giovanni Klein's all by himself with the 53 and the 20 up on the top with him.
I'm actually really surprised at Nick Hapiak's move there to go up top. Oh, someone was in the wall, I believe. It might have been the 9, Enrique Quinones.
Indeed, well, it's Enrique Quinones, and I've seen that from him a couple times tonight, struggling with running that third lane. Third lane is sometimes tough to run, especially when you're behind another car. The draft can kind of push you out to that wall and make your car very, very upset. As we go right now, we're back down to 2 wide. And the bottom lane has such a big advantage. Giovanni Klein leading the outside, but just not enough numbers and not enough organization as the 77 keeps peeking out of line back there, looking like he's going to try and take the third lane.
Nick Hapiak moves up in front of Giovanni Klein. Klein wants nothing of it. He's going to make that third lane. Well,
You heard Giovanni Klein just a couple minutes ago talk about he was comfortable staying aggressive. He's certainly getting aggressive.
Yeah, we were going to say the same thing there. Klein and Evan Knopp. They're working together.
And I'm not too sure how different the cars act on a plate track, but I know just with how iRacing physics are sometimes, 2 good cars that can push really well together is sometimes faster than an entire field. And I think, Josh, you and the rest of the guys in the booth, when we had Slide Job here a couple weeks ago, I got to see that with myself and Darren Roy making a charge to the front. I mean, sometimes 2 cars that can work together really well, just it works better than an entire pack of cars up on one line.
You know, as crazy as that sounds, thinking about it, as we've got to move here with Knopp moving to the outside, Klein staying in the middle. As crazy as it sounds, though, you are correct, because you've got a line of drivers, and somewhere in that line there's going to be lots of checkups. Not everybody is going to be full throttle. You get 2 drivers on the outside. Obviously, that first driver, the one out front, is going to be full throttle. The second driver, if his goal is to push, he's going to push. If you can generate so much momentum, you're going to just go around those cars that are not really running full throttle or having to check up. It really does make a huge difference. But you have to stay committed.
Absolutely, and you also got to keep an eye on those temps. If you're the car pushing, staying committed is one thing, but you screw over yourself and another driver if you are not doing your due diligence to pay attention to your temperatures and you end up blowing that engine.
So the field is caught a slow car. Donnie Kite gets out of the way. Casey Wygent still leading this race. Jimmy Mensch, Oscar Enriquez, the top three. Underwood makes the third line. He's going to be the outside of Quinones.
You know, a driver we haven't really mentioned that much, but just kind of silently up here. Look at that driver in position number 2, that 94, Jimmy Mensch. That car still looks clean, and so far, having himself a good run.
Yeah, I think he's sitting in a really good spot right now. Just running P2 and not being too aggressive. Meanwhile, everybody else, they're trying to find a way to get to the front as much as possible. It's 20 laps to go. And, you know, for guys up front, you're not really worried about that. You just want these laps to keep ticking away. For drivers in the back, they know they need to make something happen, start making moves now.
This is when we're going to start to see the strength in numbers start changing a little bit as guys, like you mentioned, Josh, that are in the back need to make those moves to get up front. You're going to see some of them moving from the that bottom line up to that top lane there. Even some of these guys that are third, fourth car in line, if they can clear and get to the front. Oh, as Giovanni Klein gets hung out there by Nick Hapiak and stuck behind the lap car, that's going to cost him big time.
I don't know if I'd want to make a guy that's already driving aggressive mad. I think that's just going to light even more of a fire for Klein. Get up to the front, but he really needs to get that draft back. He's going to get it.
You're starting to see some of what I was just talking about. Guys in the back starting to make the moves, change up the line. The strength in numbers is starting to sway a little bit.
Look at Quinones. I think he might have wanted to go to the top line, but that hole was quickly filled.
And Josh, we've got bad news. That 48 did indeed lose the draft there.
If I'm Giovanni Klein, I'm not worried just yet. these guys, they might get to racing pretty hard. That another caution comes out.
Another important note for this league, a caution comes out within 6 to go, Josh. That's our race.
Very true. No green, white checkers in the Di9 Designs NAOR series. And here's a little bit of a scary sight. These guys, they are 3 wide, and they're catching a lap car. I believe that is Dawson Allen. There's no room for Dawson to go.
See, Dawson's going to move up to the middle lane right now. And he's kind of stuck there. They might split him 4 wide here. He's trying to get out of the way.
They make it through. No Kevin LePage. That's pretty much took away, I mean, side-by-side racing that there was. These guys are going to have to remake their friends. Who makes the move first?
I already see a familiar face back up there on the outside. That 6 of Nick Hapiak back up there trying to make a move. Looks like he might tuck back into the bottom here.
We're catching the lap car of Mike Campbell, who kept it high. We're able to get around Campbell cleanly. And Noah Blackwell stuck in the middle. Gonna get into line. Outside line, it is coming.
Yeah, that strength in numbers I was talking about, it's evened up a little bit now. They're finally getting it organized, and we're coming down to go time. Next time across the line, it's 11 to go. It's time to get yourself towards the front if you're going to make a move. Not quite time to make the move yet, though.
Just a moment ago, they put Donald Kite another lap down, and the good news is there are no lap cars out front. It is clean track ahead. So these guys, I think the heat really is going to get turned on. And you see that outside line. It is right there, side by side with second place, Jimmy Mensch.
Oh, Jimmy Mensch looks like he gave a shot to the 00 there of Pacey Wygen, and they almost had a crash going down the back straightaway. Bumpers didn't quite line up there, and almost ended very badly for everybody.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting shot but kept it straight. Casey Wygant still leading this race.
Speaking of that 00, as he leads this race right now, looks like I believe that's a 29 Joshua Kreider to his outside, trying to build a run. But you see that Sophia the Fierce paint scheme on the side of the car. Hearts still go out to Pacey and Sophia's family and everybody involved there. But he's trying to win another one here for Sophia, even though she has gone on to the next life. Still leaving her on the car for this season, and right now doing a great job out front.
If I was Pacey, I wouldn't change that paint scheme for a while.
I can relate. But, oh, I noticed another car that has quietly snuck his way back up here towards these top four. Nick Hapiak, excuse me, just a couple minutes ago, was slicing and dicing in the back. Now, excuse me, he's to the inside of that 29 car of Joshua Kreider.
Hapiak is going to be clear. That outside line really has no energy right now. Hapiak looked. I think Hawkins was going to go as well. But they stayed on the bottom. Outside. Started to generate that energy that it needs. Kreider could get put in the middle, though. Looks like Underwood did not want to go without Kreider.
Top five, single file, side by side for Justin Quimby and Joshua Kreider for that 6th place spot. But your top five right now, at any point, any of these guys could pull out a line and try to generate a run.
Yeah, I think they're just going to be patient, though. You know, if you're Jimmy Mensch, you don't want to go out there too early because, you know, if Enriquez doesn't go, Mensch could be a sitting duck and just absolutely fall back on that outside line.
Well, and something to note about your top 6. You know, Josh, we don't really talk about manufacturers very much, but you've got 3 Fords, 3 Chevys in the top 6 right now. So if you were saying, well, the manufacturers are going to stick together, and that does happen sometimes in iRacing. You sometimes say, well, I drive a Ford, I'm going to push this Ford to the win, or I'm going to help this Ford and see if I can steal a win from them. That does happen sometimes in iRacing, and right now, the numbers game between Chevys and Fords kind of evened up.
Andrew Chapman has gone to the outside. Kreider and 77 of Underwood, they went splitting. Hunter Peach made a move. Kind of staying tucked in. 4 laps to go here at Talladega.
See a lot of guys right now making those should I go out there type of moves, but it's 4 to go. If you're gonna make a move, you just gotta go. You can't think about it. You can't hesitate. At this point, it's 4 to go. If anybody's gonna get to the front from the back, you gotta make the move now. As actually looking up on the outside here towards the back, it looks like Chapman and Canup were trying to get something going, and they looked like they had a head of steam down the back straightaway, and something just killed their run.
Hunter Peach leading the outside line with help from Kreider. Kreider going to move to the outside. Now going to stick behind Peach. 3 laps to go.
And the heartbreak for Giovanni Klein, we talked about it just what feels like a couple laps ago, Josh. Now he's going a lap down since he lost that draft.
Yeah, very, very much a heartbreak.
But let's keep it realistic. Well, no, we can't keep it realistic. There's no green-white checkers in this league. So, yeah. Heartbreak for Giovanni Klein. I'm sorry when you see this, Giovanni. If we were in any other league, I'd have hope for you.
There is the third line, which now turns into a second line. 2 laps to go. Joshua Kreider looking to make a move to the outside of Hunter Peach. Peach goes to block. Kreider might just be stuck pushing Peach here. As Peach has entered the top 5.
That's a smart move either way for Kreider at this point of the race to push Hunter Peach. You don't want to get caught battling back there because when you need to make moves, sometimes it's better just to follow.
Oscar Enriquez moves to the high line. He's going to tuck back in, and Hunter Peach going to go around hard, hit into the wall. We stay green.
No caution. Looks like admins want to race this out.
Peach has towed back to pit road. Track is clear. White flag is waving one more time around for Pacey Wygen. Oscar Enriquez in the middle line. Nick Kapiak pushing Enriquez.
Lap car Mike Campbell going to hold up anybody from getting to that third lane.
It's clear now. Kreider moves down into the middle. Oscar Enriquez getting a push from Kreider. Oh, Enriquez a little bit squirrely there. He's going to be all right. Kreider moving to the outside. Andrew Chapman coming. They're wrecking in the back. Hard hit for a couple of these drivers. Enriquez moves in front of Chapman. It's going to be a drag race to the line. They're 3 wide. Make that almost 4 wide. Chapman, Wygen. It's going to be Andrew Chapman with the win here at Talladega. By 2 1/1000ths of a second.
1.
Wow.
What you just said, Josh, is not what I show. iRacing has it officially 1,000th of a second. 0.001. Holy crap.
What a finish here at Talladega. Andrew Chapman in the Virginia Tech scheme. Gonna burn it down.
You baby.
So, Our unofficial results. Finishing P1, Andrew Chapman. Pacey Wygent brings it home in P2. Jamil Hawkins brings it home third. Justin Quimby, P4. Enrique Quinones will finish 5th. Jimmy Mensch finishes P6. Rodney Ayers, P7. Joshua Kreider, P8. Oscar Enriquez, P9. Will Snyder finishes in 10th.
Evan Knupp going to bring it home in the 11th spot. Nick Hapiak going to finish 12th. Brian Underwood in the 13th position. Jake Millsap 14th. John Osborne is going to bring it home in the 15th position. Noah Blackwell going to finish up 16th. Giovanni Klein, after having a really good run today, finishes a lap down in 17th after losing the draft. Hunter Peach, after that terrible accident with 2 to go, is going to finish 18th, 2 laps down. Mike Campbell is going to finish 2 laps down in 19th. Dawson Allen finishes 20th. Zachary Meredith 21st. Donnie Kite going to finish up 22nd. Braden Holt in that 23rd position. Jose Ruiz in 24th. Josh Arnold 25th after the horrible wreck he had early in the race. Michael Morgan, after being involved in a wreck, is going to finish 26th. And good old Jonathan Parker is going to take his seat at the bottom of the totem pole tonight, 27th. And that's going to hurt his points for that 92.
You're fine. Come here. Come here. You're fine. You're fine. Stop. You're fine. Computer.
Right here, what you're seeing on screen is the finish. They were wrecking behind. And Andrew Chapman, Pacey Wygent, drag racing to the line. And it was just so close.
Come here.
Well, I don't see Andrew Chapman. See if we can get a hold of him. While we wait, this race, very much what I kind of expected out of these guys. A couple of early cautions, but then it was just green all the way to the finish. We actually do have our race winner, Andrew Chapman. Andrew, what a
Hey, can you hear me?
finish. Yes, I can.
Oh my goodness, what a finish. That was a lot of fun. There's not much other to say, but other than that, I mean, just good finish. Made a move 3 wide to go to the outside, cut it back to the middle, coming through the dog leg, and just got the lucky push. It's all about luck here.
So these guys, they have iRacing cautions turned off, so manual cautions only. We had the wreck just before the white. Was that any of your concern? Did you even know anything happened, or what was going on there?
Didn't know anything happened. I spent most of the race just trying to survive in the back. Finally, about 10 to go, I decided to move closer to the front and see what happened. So I didn't see what was going on. I was in go mode those last couple laps.
Well, you become the third winner this season after what has been very heavily dominated by Jonathan Parker and, of course, Pacey Wygant, the only other driver to take a race win. So to be able to add your name to the winners list this season, what's the feelings for you?
Oh, just what a joy. That was a lot of fun. Looking forward to be back next week. I haven't ran the last couple, so got to come in here and defend this win at the next track.
All right. Well, who do you have to thank and shout out? Who gets it done behind that 18 machine?
Oh, everyone that runs NAOR. Shout out to Mr. Arnold, my teammate Evan, and Pacey for the clean finish there at the end.
All righty. Well, congrats on the big win, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys.
And that was Andrew Chapman, tonight's race winner here at Talladega. John, what a race.
What a race, what a finish, and honestly, I'm not sure what this league's closest finish is, but that definitely has a case to be closest finish in NAOR history. And hats off to Andrew Chapman to make the move 3 wide there, coming to the end, and not be denied a chance to take home the victory. And not only the chance, just to get it done. That was an impressive move. It took guts, and he certainly earned it tonight.
Yeah, incredible drive to get there. Well, I think that's going to do it from us here at Talladega. Tomorrow night, I almost said Di9 Designs. That's this one. Let's try the Blazer Sim Racing in the Pits News Truck Series visits Watkins Glen. You'll see me try my best to make some right turns, as well as some lefts at Watkins Glen. I tuned into that one. Tuesday night, there is no race. Slide Job Racing League is now in their off season. Thursday, the Coast to Coast Cup Series, they have their season finale, which I believe is at Homestead Miami Speedway, where a champion will be crowned there. Next week, 1 week from today, the Di9 Designs and NAOR Series is at the Nashville Fairgrounds. So looking forward to all of the events we've got going on in the next week. So, thank you guys for tuning in. And on behalf of Jonathan Canfield and all the amazing crew here at JCTV, the drivers, for putting on a great show, I'm Josh Coppernell saying so long, and we'll see you next time.